The Prez has spoken about the locals, mate. Give us an update on the import situation before we get to the locals.
We're having a lot of good discussions with a few different players, and I guess the pleasing thing from a coaching perspective is we're streets ahead of where we have been, last year and 2 years ago at this time of year. So that's pleasing. But in terms of actually getting pen to paper, we haven't really got much to tell you just yet. We should have some news in the next couple of weeks, hopefully. But that's all going well at the moment.
What's in the way right now between re-signing imports?
Just logistics, really. The logistics of making sure we've got accommodation and vehicles and where they're going to live and all that sort of stuff. Making sure we've got the community work set up, and then I guess the dollars as well. Making sure that we're on the same page there in that perspective. So those discussions are ongoing, and as I said, hopefully within a couple of weeks we'll have some news.
With the investment from the club into the local talent, mate, what are you expecting? Come try out wise, you think that they will drag a few more along looking to have a crack?
Yeah, look, you never really know until you get there, I suppose. But for me, I think it's a really exciting time for the club that we're able to, I guess, extend that investment in our local players. I think that when I took over as coach of the women's team, that was an absolute focus for me to get back to investing some time into those local players. And I think if we're realistic about having some long-term sustainable success for this club, I think that investment has to happen. And I think looking back to the success we've had in the past with the men's program, I think was built on the strength of our local content. So I think we need to keep moving in that direction. And I think the work that the board have done so far to bring that to fruition is really good, and I think it's going to hold us in good stead going forward.
All those local girls you had last year, have you lost anyone of that bunch? Or?
Not at this stage. So we've had a couple of meetings, some individual meetings with all those players, and then a group meeting a couple of weeks ago, just to I guess map out where we're going from here, and to I guess let them know how the program's going to look, and let them make a decision from there as to whether they continue on. Haven't had anyone drop off the wagon just yet, but I guess we'll see on Monday.
Have you seen, from your time floating around the SBL and whatnot, mate, do you think there's some talent out there that can take the next step and become part of the squad?
Yeah, definitely. I think we've got a lot of good young talent that's about ready to break into that senior basketball type space. So the earlier that we can get them and get them into a professional program that we're trying to build, obviously is going to be good for the club. So there's definitely the talent out there. And there's also some older players out there that are capable, that probably haven't had the opportunity to be in the type of program where they can be at their best. And I think that the systems that we're setting up will allow them to do that.
You interested in re-signing Michaela?
Yeah, haven't ruled it out. Absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely something that we're still looking into, and we've had some discussions with her already, along with Alex and Kathleen as well. So. Not ruling anything out at this stage, but it's a blank piece of paper at the moment.
Whereas Kathleen's had that, she always loves it here. But,
there's
more to it than just that.
Yeah, well, I think she's planning to come back if we can get it organised. She's in Poland at the moment playing over there, so that's obviously a little bit of a complicating factor. But my intention from the word go is to be to try and retain as much of the squad from last year as possible. So. Again, we're still in those discussions, and hopefully have some more news in the next couple of weeks.
To make it easier to retain players in the future if you're getting more locals up to the standard you need?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that's definitely part of it. I mean, as a local player, possibly at school or working a full-time job, it's not always easy to, I guess, keep yourself in the right shape and maintain your skills, because you just don't have the time sometimes. So by the club investing, particularly in the pre-season space, and strength and conditioning and nutrition and massage and physiotherapy and that sort of stuff, it's going to enable those local players to get themselves up to that level, and then I guess stay there for longer. So it's definitely about retention. It's also, I guess, improving the number of players that we have that are capable of stepping up at SEABL level and contributing.